Hi, another horror movie I've watched in the last few days for Halloween is Stereo, David Cronenberg's first feature-length production. It was made as almost a kind of test project in 1968, released the following year, and it's an unusual film. It takes the form of a documentary, almost an educational film about a recent experiment in telepathic communication. A group of people have submitted themselves for brain surgery to increase their telepathic abilities, and then placed in effective isolation in an academic facility where their relationships develop and change. Um, Leader emerges from within the group, but there are other side effects to the situation. It's a very strange, stylized movie. It's black and white, entirely silent, and instead it's soundtracked by voiceover narration from academics involved in the experiments, filling us in on background that is not evident from what we're seeing on screen. As such, none of the actors on screen actually have any dialogue, although I believe they are actually the ones doing the narrating as well as separate characters. The great horror critic Kim Newman said that both this and Cronenberg's other early feature, Crimes of the Future, are evidence that a film can be both boring and interesting at the same time. I would have to agree. I did find Stereo to be quite hard going. It's extremely intellectualized. A lot of the dialogue is meant to resemble what you would read in a serious scientific journal. So, discussion about brain surgery, about psychology, um, the fact that the whole production has been bankrolled and supported by the Canadian Academy for Erotic Inquiry and is exploring the theories of Dr. Luther Stringfellow, who's referred to a great deal. So it presupposes knowledge that can't possibly exist because it's entirely fictional. But it's a very interesting idea for a story. Even were it to be a more conventional drama, I think it would be an unusual subject and very interesting the way that these sexual dynamics change in a group once everyone is able to relate to each other telepathically, particularly in an isolated environment. And also the presentation of it as an educational or thesis film is unusual. It is very hard going, even at only an hour and 3 minutes. It's an effort, and I looked at my watch numerous times during the film. But it's certainly an interesting piece of work. Having said that, it does certainly merit space more in an art gallery than a cinema. And really, unless you're a fan of Cronenberg's work or almost extreme art house, I'm not sure I can really recommend it, even though it is something that is, I'm glad that it exists.